Hello everyone. Welcome back to weekly Korean live class. My name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, 케이진입니다. And 안녕하세요, 춤춤입니다. How are you guys? As always, thank you so much for joining today's class too. 안녕하세요. 탈딘. Is it correct? 탈딘. So it's your first time to join the live class. I hope you enjoyed today's class too. And Koati, Chris, Essie the Great, Cody, our regular student. 안녕하세요. And Jatin, learn Japanese. Lene, the cat call. 안녕하세요. And of course on Facebook too. So welcome to Korean live class. Today's topic is I'm really sorry, but it's changed. I said the topic will be about Korean movies, but actually I was confused. The topic for Korean movie is for another month, and this month the topic is free travel survival course. Maybe this is better. You know what? It's because this is a free course open for everyone and it's ending very soon, so it's better. And you know that you can visit Korea now, right? So this will be more useful. 안녕하세요, Fla, Superflow, Stoa, Emily, LJ, and Veronique, Orange, and Foxy. 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. And Lynn, Francois on Facebook too. Oh, some people are waiting for the good movies. But the lesson is coming in another month. Yes, another month. So maybe it's better. Because it's still the middle of 2022, middle of 2022년. So if I do the lesson later, I can introduce more movies. 안녕하세요, 조이스, 마리, and 나피사, 아넬리스, 킴. 안녕하세요. So as you see here, it ends this July 31st. 7월 31일에 이 코스 등록이 끝나요. So this course registration will end on this day, so please join it. So it will be available for 3 months. 3개월, 3 months from the time you joined. So if you join today, it will be available until August, 8월, 9월, September, October. So October 28th. But if you join 31st, it will be available until October 31st. So join it. And I'm sorry if you watch this video after July 31st, this course won't be available for free. So if you're watching it anyway, join it right now. Join it right now. And Jungkook, Arabic, yes. And Namaste, Mamta, Mukkan. Okay, oh, you're living in Korea. That's great. 한국에 살아요? And okay, Sonia. Oh, Christopher. Oh, you see different? What is different? What is different? And Mari, you're from the Philippines. Okay, so let's start our lesson. Yes. I need to learn Korean, please help me. That's why I'm here. So if you click the link in the description, you will see a page like this. Ta-da-da-da-dan. Yes, I'm logged in, so I'm looking at this page. But if you are not logged in, you will see a different button. So to use this page, you need to sign up for KoreanClass101.com. But please don't worry, this course is available for free. So we do have paid membership and free membership, but to take this survival phrases lesson, survival phrases pathway, this course, you don't need to sign up for paid membership. Just get the free membership. But of course, if you want to learn with the teachers, you need a professional help with lots of premium tools. You can join the premium paid membership. But to take this course, you don't need the paid membership. So please don't worry. Oh, easy, your first live. 감사합니다. 만나서 반가워요. 코아티, 네, 이거 선물이에요. So it's free. It's free, and this is present for you because now you can legally travel to Korea. Of course, it's not very easy. You still need to do PCR test. This is Korean pronunciation, PCR test. And you also need to get visa, some permission. So it's not very easy, but now it's possible. So now we believe this is a time to give you some useful present, which is this. So just click on this button, green button, access the free pathway, and it shows how you can use it. You can read it later from the link in the description. So let's click this button and see what it looks like. So if you click the button, 짜자잔! Yes, this is the survival phrases page. Whoo, how does it look like? So let me show you quickly. 짜자자자잔! In this pathway, there are lots of free Korean lessons like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoo! There are 60 Korean lessons. That's why you need 3 months at least. So in the first 2 months, you take 1 lesson a day. But don't worry. Are you busy? Don't worry. Each lesson takes just like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. So the lesson is not very long. And I'm sure you have 3 minutes. You have 5 minutes a day, right? So take 1 lesson a day and try to memorize those phrases on your commute time or when you're in toilet. Everyone go to 화장실 every day, right? 화장실, toilet or restroom, bathroom. So you can make a small post-it and put it there. And whenever you're in 화장실, you can read it. So in the first 2 months, you can take 1 lesson a day. Then you will take 2 months. And in the last 1 month, you can take 2 lessons a day because you already know the content. So it won't be so difficult to take 2 lessons a day. You already know all the phrases, right? So this is how you can use these survivor phrases. And today in this lesson, I want to introduce some useful phrases. Of course, you can learn survivor phrases from this free lesson, but in my lesson, I want to pick even more essential phrases from this long list. So my lesson will be kind of like review lesson. So when you have time, please take this lesson. Oh, Kwati, you don't need a visa from here. That's great. Because I have lots of Japanese friends who want to visit Korea and they said, I need a visa and it's very difficult to get it. They make a long line in front of the embassy, Korean embassy, to get a tourist visa. Embassy in Korean is 대사관. So please check it out on yourself. I don't need to show you every single phrases here because, well, we have the PDF lesson notes, words list, and audio lessons. Let me show you quickly, like, how about, which one should I choose? How about this? Delicious! So this is how the lesson page looks like. So there is a big play button here. Ooh, just click this button and the teachers will break down every single lines and give you the cultural background and explain all the details, so you can check it out yourself. And you can also download the audio file if you want, so check it out. And there are words to remember, and here are some lesson notes, language tips, cultural insight. And if you are not a native English speaker like me, you can check out the transcript too. This is really useful. Really useful. 진짜 유용해요. I'm not saying it because I'm a teacher from KoreanClass101.com, but whenever I travel to another country, I always take this survivor phrases lesson. You know, on innovativelanguage.com, in this company has lots of different language courses. For example, Korean, which is KoreanClass101.com, Japanese part101.com, French part101.com, Chinese class101.com. So we have 34 languages courses. So if you want to learn another language other than Korean, you can choose. So anyway, so whenever I travel to another country, I always take these survival phrases and I cram the lesson. I memorize all the phrases, and that is super useful. I'm not joking. So please test it yourself. Okay, so since there are lots of lessons, today I want to just pick several phrases that I want you to memorize. I want you to memorize seriously. So to see all the phrases at one page, you can check this. Do you see this? It's very small on your side. You can check it, but there is this, the second button here. This. There are 3 different buttons, right? The second button says explore curriculums. Yes, this is actually hidden page for you. When you click it, you will see the important phrases like this. Wow, this is long. So this is very useful. You can download it. You can just print out, hold this page for reviewing. So here there are so many phrases. So I'm going to choose several phrases for you. 오늘 이 중에서 중요한 문장 몇 개를 뽑아서 소개시켜 드릴게요. And I know the letters are so small, so you can check it out yourself. And 짜잔! Let me open my note to show you big letters. And if you don't have time, this is the first phrase that I want you to memorize. Oops. Okay. So, 짠. 저기요. 영어 하세요? 감사합니다. 네. If you know these 4 phrases, you can survive anywhere. So, 저기요. 저기 literally means over there. 저기요, excuse me. 영어. It means English. 하세요. Do you do? So 영어 하세요 means do you speak English? Do you do English literally? But it just means do you speak English? And if they say no, you can say 네. You can just say 네. 영어 못해요. I don't speak English. Then you can say 네, yes. If they say yes, I speak English and they help you, you can say 감사합니다. So if you can memorize these 4 phrases, you can basically survive. Hazel, yes, I covered this millions lesson ago yet. and this is that much important. And as you probably know, new students keep joining. So if I keep teaching you the intermediate lesson, they cannot follow me. So it's very difficult to do live class because there are all kind of students from beginners, intermediates, advanced, and I really want to give all the important useful lessons for all levels. So these are the 4 the most important phrases that I can say. If you cannot memorize all the other phrases because you're busy, so please remember this. 저기요. 영어 하세요? 감사합니다. 네. So you can follow me. So if you can memorize this, that's enough. But there are several more important phrases you can memorize if you have time. Here are some of them. When you go to the restaurant, especially some delicious old restaurant that are run by the old people, it's highly possible that they do not speak English. They do not speak English. Young people these days, like teenagers, 20s, even people in 30s, they do speak basic English because that's what we learned at school. But old people, like my father's generation, my mom's generation, they are not very, very fluent in English. In that case, you still need to speak really, really important and basic phrases, which is something like this. 뜨르 알레르기가 있어요. 뜨르 알레르기가 있어요. 뜨르 알레르기가 있어요. It means allergy. 알레르기. Allergy is allergy. 가 있어요 means I have. So I have allergy. So I'm allergic to something. So what allergy do you have? The common one. Common one is 땅콩. Peanuts. 땅콩. Ah, that's right. So 네, by the way, the 네, for a lot of people, they say it sounds like 대. Korean 네 is not so nasal sound. So it sounds like 대. But please know that it's just 네. So I would say it's between 네 and 네. To Korean people, it's closer to 네, but a lot of foreigners said it's close to 대. So I would say it's between this. It's simply because Korean N sound is not so nasal sound. In English, it's like nurse. You use a lot of nasal sound, but in Korea, we don't really use the nasal sound, so it sounds like that. But anyway, some quick 발음 lesson, 발음 pronunciation. So the common one is, Gretcha, why did the $1 travel course screen? Oh, please ignore that. Yes, $1 deal is a special deal if you want to take the premium course for 1 month for free, but it's nothing to do with this free travel survivor course. So if you are not interested, please ignore that. Please close the pop-up. So 땅콩 알레르기가 있어. It means I'm allergic to peanuts. And another common one is 갑각류. I know this is difficult to pronounce, but 갑각류. It sounds like this. 갑각류. So what is 갑각류? It's like 새우, shrimp, or like crab, 게. This is kind of 갑각류. So 새우, 게. 새우 means shrimp. 게, crab. Or 조개 means shellfish. So you kind of guess what it is like, right? So this kind of like seafood that has the hard shell. And another thing that I noticed is 우유. Tera, shellfish, that's right. Shellfish. Yes. 우유 means milk. So 우유 알레르기가 있어요. So this is so important. And if you go to a big restaurant such as some branded family restaurant, there might be some people, young people who speak English. But if you go to really old restaurant, which is popular for many years, and there are not so many young people, then it's very possible that they do not speak English, 영어 잘 못할 수도 있어요. So they might not speak English. So in that case, please use this phrase because this is directly related to your life, right? Life and health. So remember this. And another important phrase that I really want to emphasize is this. 이거 매워요? 이거 매워요? 이거 매워요? 이거 means this, and 매워요? 매워요? It means spicy. So it literally means, is this spicy? Is this spicy? And please be careful. If Korean people say this is spicy, that means it's very spicy. You might not be able to travel to Korea anymore because you have to go to the hospital. Yes, you might have to go to hospital. 병원 가야 될 수도 있어요. So please be careful. And when Korean people say it's not spicy, that doesn't mean that it's not spicy at all. It's not spicy at all. If Korean people say 이거 안 매워요, 이거 안 매워요, this is not spicy, that means it's not super spicy. It's not super spicy. So it's spicy, but you're not gonna die. So be careful with this 이거 매워요. So even if Korean people say it's not spicy, it might be spicy, because my Italian friends traveled to Korea and she asked, is this spicy? Is this kimchi spicy? And the owner think, it's not so spicy. No, it's fine. It's not so spicy. But for her, it was extremely spicy. So be careful. Be careful. And another thing that you might want to use this is 저기요, 사진 찍어주세요. Because when you travel in Korea, you might want to take a picture with your friends, but you don't have selfie stick, or you just want to take a picture from long distance. So in that case, you need help from other people. And if they're young people, of course, you can use the first phrases and speak English. But if there are only old people, or if they don't speak English, then in that case you can use this. 저기요, 사진 찍어주세요. 저기요, excuse me. 사진, photo. And 찍어주세요 means please take. So please take a picture. So in this case, you would be like, what? Picture of what? But in Korean, it just means take picture of me. So you don't need to put picture of me in Korean. You just need to say, please take a picture. Then they know that, take picture of you, right? 저기요, 사진 찍어주세요. Please take a picture of me. 사진 찍어주세요. 찍어주세요. It's not easy to pronounce, right? This this. And also another one. 화장실이 어디예요? Real survival phrases. 화장실, bathroom. 어디, where. 예요 is, and E is subject marking particle making bathroom, restroom as the subject of the sentence. So 화장실이 어디예요? It means where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? Ah, Kwati, that's good one. 저기요 and 자기야. Be careful, 저기요 and 자기야. So it sounds very similar, right? 저기요, 자기야. But it means completely different. 저기요 means excuse me. 자기야 means honey. honey, my darling. That's a good one. Oh, how to say let's take a picture together. That's a good one too. Oops. 같이 사진 찍을 수 있을까요? This is very polite, so you can use it. Or 같이 사진 찍어도 돼요? 같이 means together. 사진, photo. And 찍을 is from 찍다, meaning to take. 수 있을까요? May I? Can I? So may I take a picture together? May I take a picture together? Or this one? 같이 together 사진 찍어도 돼요? 찍 is from to take. 어도 돼요 means is it okay? Is it okay if I take a picture together? 같이 사진 찍을 수 있을까요? 같이 사진 찍을 수 있을까요? Please remember the pronunciation of this is 같이, even though it's supposed to be 같이, but the pronunciation and the letters are different. So it's 같이 사진 찍어도 돼요? 같이 사진 찍어도 돼요? And next useful one would be 무선 인터넷 돼요? Or 와이파이 돼요? I think you can guess what it means. 무선 인터넷. This is the Korean word of Wi-Fi. And Wi-Fi has the F sound. However, in Korean, we don't have the F sound. So instead of the F sound, we replace the sound with P sound as 와이파이. So you can say 와이파이 돼요? We use this phrase, right? 돼요? Is it okay? Or does it work? So Wi-Fi 돼요? It means is there Wi-Fi or does Wi-Fi works here? Wi-Fi 돼요? Or 무선 인터넷 돼요? But I recommend you to remember this phrase instead simply because it's easier. And these days, I think Wi-Fi is used more commonly. Okay, so next one that I want to introduce is this. 몇 분이세요? This is not the phrase that you will need to say, but you will hear a lot. When you enter the restaurant, people might say 몇 분이세요? 몇 분이세요? You don't have to memorize it if you don't have enough time. But you will hear a lot, so please get used to this pronunciation. 몇 분이세요? 몇 분이세요? 몇 분이세요? It means how many people are you? So 몇, how many? 분 is very polite form of people. So how many people is 몇 분? And 이세요 is a very polite form of are you? How many people are you? So in that case, if you know the Korean numbers, you can give the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. 한 명, 두 명, 세 명, 네 명. But if you are complete beginner, absolute beginner, you just need to use the fingers. Oh, not the bad finger, but like this. 1, 2, 3, like this. And this is how Korean people use our numbers with fingers, by the way. I know in other countries, the numbers, they introduce numbers like, I don't know, like different hand gesture like this. I don't know, like this. But in Korean, this is how we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with hand. So not only restaurant, when you go to a food store and when you want to say like 3, 3 in the very noisy place, you can use the fingers, right? Like this. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯. You can say 6 like this, 여섯, or you can do like this, 여섯. Either is fine, 여섯. And 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. So this is the Korean hand gesture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sometimes this can be 7 too. I do this very often. 7. So this and these are same. Some people do 8 like this too. 8. Some people, maybe some people, but I think this is more common for 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And another important phrase is this. 한국말 못해요. 한국말 못해요. It means I do not speak Korean. 한국말, the Korean language. 못해요 means I cannot do. So I don't speak Korean is 한국말 못해요. Is important because sometimes some Korean people will just speak Korean blah 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 quickly. 어쩌고. By the way, blah 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 in Korean is 어쩌고 or 어쩌고. So if Korean people say 어쩌고, you can use these phrases instead. 한국말 못해요. 한국말 못해요. And also when I travel in other countries, somehow a lot of people ask me for the direction, like where is this? Even when I'm in Europe, do you think I'm very good at direction? I don't know why, but people ask me the direction a lot, so I sometimes have to speak this phrase. I do not speak blah blah language, like I do not speak Chinese, I do not speak some language. So in Korea you will use this phrase. 한국말 못해요. And also, if you are beginners, please remember these phrases. Please remember these phrases. 한 번 더 말해주세요. 한 번 더 말해주세요. 한 번, once. 더 means more. 말해주세요. Please speak. So please say one more time. 한 번 더 말해주세요. Or you can also say 써주세요. Please write it. In that case, you might need a pen and paper. 펜이랑 종이, pen and paper. Or they might use their phone to show the letters. 한 번 더 말해주세요 or 써주세요 will be very useful if you are beginners. Or you can also use these phrases. I hope you don't have to use it, but you can say 모르겠어요. By the way, you probably know this phrase, 몰라요. 모르겠어요 sounds definitely more polite. Definitely 모르겠어요 is better. So if someone asks you some questions and if you want to say I'm sorry, I don't know, you can say 죄송한데 모르겠어요 or sorry, 미안합니다 or 죄송합니다, 모르겠어요. This is definitely more polite. So instead of 몰라요, it sounds like I don't care, I don't know. So use 모르겠어요. Another phrase here. 천천히 말해주세요. Please speak slowly. 정미, exactly. 천천히, slowly. 말해주세요 means speak. So please say slowly because I'm a beginner. So if you speak slowly, I might understand. So please speak slowly. And whenever you want something, please remember this. 주세요. I think a lot of people already know this, right? 주세요 means please give me. So for example, you went to the restaurant and you want to order 닭갈비. 닭갈비 먹고 싶다. Do you know 닭갈비? 닭 means chicken and 갈비 is sauced meat, so it's a sauced chicken. There are many different sauce, but the most common one is red. Again, spicy one. So 닭갈비 주세요. So you went to the restaurant and you saw 닭갈비 and it looks very delicious. 맛있어 보여요. So you want to order that. In that case, you just say the name of the food or 주세요. If you don't know the name of the food, please say 이거 주세요. You just point something and 주세요. 이거 주세요. 이거 means this. And say 주세요. 이거 주세요. So there are more important phrases, but I think if you know these phrases, you will be relatively okay. And of course, I'm sure you know 안녕하세요 too, right? 안녕하세요. And 죄송합니다, I'm sorry. 안녕하세요 means hello, sorry. And these phrases, you will be able to survive from Korea. And there are more phrases. We can check it out from the link in the description. And also there are lots of phrases that you can use in a hotel or airport, but honestly, people in a hotel or people in a hotel and big or expensive restaurant or luxury restaurant or modern restaurant or airport, people speak English. So honestly, I don't think you really need to memorize the hotel phrases, airport phrases, or like that, or a big tourist area like 경복궁 or even Lotte World. Lotte World is kind of like Disneyland of Korea, but they speak English, so don't worry too much. But you just need to memorize some of this. And of course, if you know more and more phrases, I'm 100% sure that you can enjoy your 여행 trip even more. Because on a 지하철, on subway, you can hear the Korean people speaking and you can translate it. That's so fun. You want to know what Korean people actually talk about in their daily life on the subway bus, right? It's overhearing. It's so fun. I like overhearing in another country. That's why I learned some basic phrases and talking about it. They talk about food, or they talk about their job. I don't know the details because I'm a beginner when I just remember these phrases, but at least I can distinguish, they talk about work. They hate something or they like something. That's fun. So I hope you enjoy your trip in Korea in 2020 or 2023. 2022년이나 2023년. 감사합니다. So thank you very much for joining today's class. I hope you learned some phrases. And here's a homework for you. As usual, as you always request. What is the phrase you use the most often in your daily life? So you can choose one phrase from the phrases that I taught you, or anything in English or in Korean is fine. So anything in your life, what phrase? This is wrong. But what phrase do you use the most often in your daily life? For example, 피곤해. I'm tired. I'm 피곤해. Or 공부하기 싫다. I don't want to study. I hate studying. So something like that. I'm just curious, what kind of phrases do you use most often in your daily life? if you write it in English, I'll translate it into Korean, so it's okay to write it in English. If you can write it in Korean, that will be great. I'll check it out and correct you. Just leave a comment on KoreanClass101.com on YouTube and Facebook, or if you personally want me to check on Instagram, this will be my Instagram, Super Kjin. So if you don't tag me on your story, I won't be able to see that. I'll try to check. So I miss a lot of stories, but I try to check. So if you tag me on your Instagram story, I'll check it out. So 감사합니다. And next week I'll be back with a new topic. It will be August 4th. August 1st. It will be next Thursday, 다음 주 목요일, next Thursday. It will be 8월 4일, August 4th. I'm going to talk about 8월 in Korean, August in Korea. So what's happening in Korea in August? Are there any interesting travel tips? How's the weather like? Any interesting festivals? What food should I try? Or is there any travel tips? I'm going to introduce Korean culture and anything the Korean happening in August. So please join it again. So 코아티 감사합니다 and 필터스 and 포 감사합니다 and Kim 여기 앉자. Let's sit here. 에갈 seafood, spicy food is my favorite. Oh, you should really try Korean spicy level. The spicy level in Korea is different from other countries' standard. And 타리딘 and Foxy and 로바소아 감사합니다. 저도 사랑해요. And 킥지에 and 루인 가일롱 감사합니다. And 비비칼. So I'll see you next week. Bye bye. And of course, Chim need to say bye bye to you too. Chim say bye bye. Bye bye. 감사합니다. 다음 주에 봐요. 안녕.